Hello, everybody. Yosef Nasser here to bring you another edition of the Prepcast. Today, we're really excited to have on Mr. Capital Hoops himself, President and CEO Marc Stern, to talk about this year's Capital Classic. Marc, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
So, Marc, I wanted to ask you this: the Capital Classic is this weekend, Saturday at 3 p.m., Saturday, April 27th at 3 p.m. at Wilson High School. For people who are unfamiliar with the Capital Classic, what can you tell them about the event?
So the Capital Classic is the longest standing all-star game in the country. The founder and the guy who still runs the Capital Classic, Bob Gagan, was also the founder of the McDonald's High School All-American Game, which is obviously the most popular all-star game in the country. So Bob has been running the Capital Classic ever since its inception. It pairs the best players from the DMV against some of the nation's top players. The national team is usually comprised of a lot of players from out of the area who are coming to local colleges. So be it Georgetown, Maryland, George Mason, UVA. I would say generally about 50% of the roster is usually comprised of players who will be attending those schools. And then there's some other great players from around the country that kind of join on that team, and that comprises the national roster.
Marc, I understand you're going to be more involved this year than you've been in years past. What can you tell us about your involvement in this year's Capital Classic?
Yeah, so this year, Bob Gagan asked me to kind of help him out. He's got a lot on his plate, from creating the teams to getting sponsors and selling tickets and finding a venue and getting uniforms and getting referees, and the list goes on and on and on. So he's just asked me to kind of help assist him with kind of figuring out all the logistics. And, I'm happy to do that, and also kind of head up the media component of it, as obviously Capital Hoops is a media outlet, and I've got some kind of experience in the media. I'll be giving coverage and kind of coordinating with other media outlets, their coverage. And I'm just excited about kind of helping them out and continuing the legacy of the Capital Classic.
You talk about the legacy of the Capital Classic, and there are some really cool alumni, most notably LeBron James, way back when, was in this game, Jason Kidd, Moses Malone, Michael Jordan, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony. I'm wondering, in your time covering the event, being around the event, if you have any memories that stand out from your time and your experience with the Capital Classic.
So I get excited when the local team wins.
Okay.
I believe it's been maybe 6 or 7 years since the local team has won, and it seems like the national team kind of has our number. They have obviously a much bigger pool of players to select from, the national team. No excuse, but I think my greatest memories are when the local team can come out with a win. I remember when I was a kid, when I was, in high school, going to these games, and there was one at the University of Maryland that was really exciting. I wasn't at the LeBron game, but I know that was, pretty cool to have LeBron in town. But I think for me, when the local team wins, it kind of solidifies the DMV is what we all say, the best area in the country, and that kind of helps with that cause. So that's kind of what get my juices flowing when the local team can come out with a win, and I'm hoping this year we can end I think it's 2011 or 12 was the last win. So that's what I'm crossing my fingers that the Mitchell twins and Qudus Wahab, we've got a lot of size this year on the team. I feel like in most years the national team has more size than we do, and I think this year we have more size than them, and I'm eager to kind of see how that shakes out.
I want to dive into that. First, let's take a quick look at the national team. Bryson Gooden from St. Andrews is going to Syracuse. Joe Girard, the leading scorer in New York State basketball history, also going to Syracuse, will be in the game. Dante Scott's going to Maryland. Seth Lundy from Roman Catholic going to Penn State. Hakeem Hart, also from Roman Catholic, going to Maryland. Patrick McCaffrey going to Iowa. He's going to team up with Luka Garza there. Eric Dixon, one of several great players, going to Villanova. Zach Fremantle going to Xavier. Justin McCoy going to UVA, and Chris Arcidiacono, younger brother of Ryan Arcidiacono, going to Villanova. But I want to dive into what you're talking about, because this seems, from start to finish, this was a special year in DMV basketball. You can look at Team Takeover going 16-0 in the 2018 EYBL. From that to the great WCAC action that we saw all season. And all of this is evidenced in this, Capital All-Stars team. So as I name these guys, like it seems like, as you said, a well-rounded group. Jay Heath going to Boston College, Casey Morsell going to Virginia, Justin Moore, Villanova, Mekhi Long, Rhode Island, Kamari Williams, Boston College, Cameron Brown, E.J. Jarvis, Yale, Kudus Wahab, Georgetown, the Mitchell twins you mentioned going to Maryland, Daniel Deaver, a really talented player from Marshall, going to Navy, and then Jason Gibson going to Towson from Sidwell Friends. When you look at that roster, what stands out to you for the Capital All-Stars? You've been around with Capital Hoops. You've seen all of these guys play. What's your impression as you looked at this roster? It seems really emblematic of how stacked the DMV has been this season from start to finish.
Yeah, absolutely. I just think the size is where, it's maybe a little bit different than in years past. Obviously, that starts with the Mitchell twins, but, aside from them, with Kudus Wahab and E.J. Jarvis, we have, legitimate low-post presence that I think could compete with any, with any team that maybe not the top of the best national big men, but the group of big men that'll be playing in this game, I think they can, really kind of, they can hold their own for sure. In the past, I think that's been kind of the area where the local team has been a little susceptible to trouble, has been just kind of being outclassed a little bit in the front court. And, the guard play is going to be phenomenal with Justin Moore and Casey Morsell and, a lot of WCAC kids who are winners through and through, which is obviously very important. But I'm really eager to see how the front line, how they can try to, impose their will against the national team's front line. Now, the national team, I don't think they have a lot of big men. I don't remember the size of all the players on the team off the top of my head, but I think they really only have one, true, I guess, center you would say.
Yep.
So I think, I'm eager to see if the big men on the DMV team, on the Capital All-Stars can, really try to exploit that.
I agree with the size discrepancy there. It looks like Zach Fremantle, who's going to Xavier, listed as the only power forward center. A lot of these other guys, Patrick McCaffrey, a lot of combo forwards for the national team. And what fascinates me is the guards. You talk about two of the three co-WCAC players of the year, Justin Moore and Casey Morsell, and Jay Heath is a go-to scorer. Cameron Brown had a great season for Eleanor Roosevelt. And inside with Wahab, Jarvis, the Mitchell twins, it seems like, a real place where the Capital All-Stars can exploit, and if they're to get this win. So, final question for you, Mark. Do you think this is the year? You said your best memories come when the Capital All-Stars win. Is this the year that they get it done?
I think it is. I think this year we match up well with their team, and if I was in the prognostication business, I think I would take the local All-Stars. I wanted to touch on something else real quick. You had asked me a few minutes ago about my best memories, and as we've been going through this interview, I've been thinking more and more about that. And there's a couple things that stick out to me. One of which, it was probably 5 or 6 years ago, Montrez Harrell played in the Capital Classic. And at the time, he was committed to Virginia Tech. And a few weeks after the game, he decommitted to Virginia Tech. And when he played in that game, he was virtually an unknown. No one knew who he was. I remember talking to him, and, he wasn't super comfortable with all the media attention. And if you look at the player that he's blossomed into, that was pretty cool. There was another Isaiah Jelly Washington. I believe that was last year at the Verizon Center. He put on an absolute show. That was really cool. Another fond memory I have was Luke May. Obviously the UNC forward. 3-4 years ago, he played in this game, and he was kind of an unheralded, guy from the country in West Virginia. No one, at least people who I knew, didn't really know much about him. And I'm not sure if he won MVP in that game or not, but he had a hell of a game. So that's another cool memory. I mean, these memories are only going back 5 or 6 years, but since I've been covering this game for Capital Hoops, those are some fond memories that I've had.
So I lied there, Mark. I said that was the last question, but you brought up something that's interesting. So last year, the MVP was Aaron Wiggins for the U.S. team and Ayinda Hakeem for the Capital team. I'm wondering, for the Capital All-Stars, you talk about people who are able to use this platform to elevate themselves. You gave a great example with Montrezl Harrell, kind of an unknown, and who really used this stage and showed out. Who are some guys that maybe on the national level aren't as well known, but you think that can take a real step up for this Capital All-Stars team and potentially win an MVP, or at least make a stamp on the national stage about their game and what they can bring to the table?
So I think one kid who's maybe a little overlooked amongst all the players in this game is Mekhi Long,
Okay.
Kind of a wing from McNamara, and I think his skill set is suited well for this game in terms of kind of his length and his athleticism, his ability to get up and down the floor. So I could see him. He's not going to be the leading scorer in the game, but I could see. So another thing that we haven't mentioned, we have a dozen NBA scouts who will be at both the practice on Friday night and the game on Saturday. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for a lot of our local kids to kind of make their first impression with all of these NBA scouts in attendance. And it's something that I've, reiterated to them. You want to make sure you're on time. You want to make sure you're doing everything to the best of your ability. And it's not just, another all-star game. It's an opportunity for you to really showcase your talents and kind of get, put yourself on the map with these NBA scouts. So that'll be a great opportunity for a lot of these kids. But I see something like Mekhi Long, who's an athlete through and through, who's going to get up and down the court, who's going to play defense, and who's going to get to a lot of 50-50 balls, get a lot of dunks, a lot of steals. I could see him excelling in this game.
That's Marc Stern, President and CEO of Capital Hoops, who will have you covered. Follow him at Capital Hoops, and definitely check out the 46th Annual Capital Classic. It's at Woodrow Wilson High School in Washington, D.C., Saturday, April 27th at 3 p.m. General admission, $15, and students with an ID can get in for $10. Kids under the age of 7 get in free. Marc, thank you so much for making the time to speak with us, and looking forward to a great event there at the Capital Classic.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. We hope to see everybody out at Wilson on Saturday.
Sounds good. Thank you for watching.
This content is brought to you by Dental Associates. For more than 39 years, Dr. Stephen Price has been practicing dentistry in Northern Virginia. A member of the American Dental Association, the Northern Virginia Dental Society, and the Virginia Dental Society, Price is considered an expert in Invisalign and continues to be an award-winning innovator in the industry.